plush ready to go on the team one as Assassination. We got ourselves Skyron. I gotta remove the hell bars because they don't work anyway. Did they update the Death Knight eyes, or do they always look this good? There's like a glow around the eyes. Like a glow like under the eye and over the eye. Is that new? I don't think I've ever actually noticed it. Smove on that team, we got Trig as well as Woo Walker joining in versus Duke Nukem, immediately clashing against the Evoker, but he flies out of there. Literally flies out of there with the deep breath ability. Woo Walker trying to stay on him as best as humanly possible. Duke did have immunity to CC for a little bit, only got a wall right now, able to still kite out Woo Walker with the route to follow, trying to stay away from the guy. Big defense out of Woo, used everything but a Karma, so Duke Nukem could force out a Karma on top of it. He'll be in a great spot, just will need to play very, very defensively afterwards. Trinket for the Alexium, trying to see if he can bounce out of this as best as possible. Ooh, trying to see if he can maybe get something going. Wall to follow, looking for a bit of healing. Needs to find a way to disconnect away from Woo with a quick CC. Got himself a moment to at least pick up a little bit of healing, but he's got to just chilling back here, looking for a full recovery while the wall is active. He got Deep Breath coming back up by the looks of it. If he can go for a Oppressive Roar, Deep Breath combo again, I think he'll be golden. Shatter, trying to go for Eternity Surge. As long as he doesn't kick them blue, he'll be golden. That's going to be important for Woo Walker, as Duke able to barrage him from around the pillar. Doesn't even need to touch him at all. Quick hit cap to follow as Woo trying to see if he can bounce out of that. Not a lot of health on this man right now. Able to recover quite a bit though. Needs to get those kicks. Kick on blue. Deep breath right after. Duke's got himself big shatter potentially. Big go possibly. Hold on. Big Duke's breath. Oh, there goes the Karma. Duke just needs to live the Karma. As long as Woo does not get any kind of healing, he'll be fine. If he can sleep him too, that'll be huge. Does go for the lockdown with Alexium. Hold on. Nukem has plenty of health. He also does not worry about getting knocked up into the air. He can literally just ignore it for the most part with the Evokers that could cast while moving using the hover ability. So he's perfectly fine with that alone. As Woo Walker trying to see if he can get around the pillar, Duke can be able to recover quite a lot of health. He got immunity. Full immunity. He can just have a full go right now. If he got any kind of damage, also healing, there's going to be big damage, but he's fully taken up. Trying to see if he can fight fire with fire right now. Full burst available for Woo Walker. Got himself all those cooldowns. 8 cap. Doesn't even stop him. Full beam to fall. If you can stay on him right now with that beam, you'll be golden. Do you have the mobility? If you have deep breath, that potentially could be also good. Proc right now for the Eternity Surges. He does get it back away. Oh, he changed position. Look at that. Oh, he still clips him with a stun into a trinket. Backing up out of there. Hold on a second. Does get himself the big immunity. Or near immunity to mag damage. Not quite an immunity. Still taking hits either way though. He's able to stay on him. Big mastery with the route to follow. With the beams right after. Back-to-back Brock to follow. Got himself a big kill with a 45 brew. And does have a trinket, burning a trinket here, backing up out of there. Mobility plenty is available. You just gotta stay on him. The monk is utilizing his mobility to break the channel, break the disintegration beam. If he can get away further than 25 yards away from the Evoker, he'll be golden. For Evoker, he's gotta stay in that sweet spot the entire time, but he's got mobility, nowhere to go. Karma, final. Oh, that's perfect. You use Karma. Woo Walker does need to get himself a bit of healing. But Duke almost has him on the rope. He's almost got him, I think. It's actually such a close game between the two. Duke does a wall coming up. He's got Shroud, so he's actually perfectly okay. As long as he doesn't get kicked, he'll be okay. Hold on a second. Beam, you can get kicked. Not a great spot. Deep breath to follow. Fire breath is what you need to be doing right now if you have it available. Wall is up too. If you got mobility and a wall, he can't kick you for a bit. If you can just beam him, hold on a second, trying to break the beam. He's so close. Oh, Lexium does not break it. Oh, the Shroud is perfectly up for the Lexium. He goes in for a kick. It connects, but one of the charges dissipates instead of stunning him. That is so close between the two. Woo Walker and Duke Nukem fought a hard-fought battle there. That was a joy to watch, man. You know what I mean? There's some games that are just fun to watch, the closeness of it all. It just doesn't even matter who wins, just how close it is. It's so nice. As that is going to be the Avatar, no, the Herald of the Sun, Red Paladin, trying to keep the dot damage versus Dukem. As he's going to give himself a bit of mobility, got himself a turn to start big breath to follow, trying not to get interrupted if you can help him. Trig got himself full shield of endance, big damage, does get himself the procs and everything too. Nukem may be in a lot of trouble. Big Wake of Ashes does do a number to this Evoker. Big deep breath right after, using that deep breath for mobility. Trig does burn a human Rachel just to keep the pressure on Duke. He's still dotted, he's still melting right now. That damage over time for a Red Paladin with those hammers, not feeling good at all. Duke is kind of lost right now. He doesn't have a lot of ways to really get away from the guy. Full root available for the Pally too. Or not root, but the Hand of Freedom, so you can't even root him is what I meant to say. My words, man. My words. Anti-root is what I think I meant to say. Got himself Shroud at the very least with a wall. He just doesn't have a lot of health to work with now. He can maybe kite out the Paladin and at least maybe immune CC, immune some damage, and maybe get some damage going with a Shatter. He's got himself Big Burst, Mastery available. Try to get him some CC maybe. Wall to follow. If you can get himself any CC. Big Burst available. Trick. Maybe looking for immunity right now. Hold on. Oh! The Evoker does get it! Oh, the global! Sometimes you just going in for as much damage as possible. But if you don't send the global into a bubble or bop, that can be rough, man. There's not more than once we've seen like fantastic, amazing paladins. We're like, all right, I think I can send a global into an ability and then bubble. Sometimes you just have to just make sure you save a global for that bubble every time. Every time. Even if you have to delay an ability, right? You gotta like wait, monitor, bubble. You just have to save a global. I know you want to make every global count. Every global counts for Paladin. Every ability you send, it's huge. But yeah, that is rough, especially with Evoker and how they can spike you with damage out of left field. Well done for the Dragon. Chills next versus Blush. Blush did go in for a decent setup, but didn't go for the death mark or anything. So he still got himself full death mark, full go, evasion up for the Rogue. Got himself a Vanish on top of it just to make sure he can accept those dots. Big DFA? Is that what I just saw you play DFA? Chill's just melting right down to the dots, trying to see if he can reverse the pressure onto the Rogue, but the Rogue takes 0 damage right now. He's actually just perfectly fine and chilling every single finisher that he sends into Chills. He flips a coin, either big cosmic damage or just buffs up the Rogue. Chill's able to recover quite a lot of health though. Some of that health is necrotic now though, so there's not much you can really do. Try to see if you can chop the Rogue down, but a quick blind and Plush is gonna bounce out of there as soon as he can, man. It is rough. As there's going to be Death and Decay on one side, Death and Decay on the other. Try to go for a quick execute. Oh, and the side does end up cleaving him right through. That is a tough one. But Skyron charging in, man. Immediately got himself all the pets, everything available. He's got himself a proper go here. And Chupa's trying to see if he can bounce out of there. Trying to get out of there as soon as possible. Quick blind onto the DK. As he got himself the Nazgûl. He still hasn't used all the riders yet. But he could potentially use all of them. Chills got himself maybe a potentially decent go. He should have a full set of cooldowns here very, very soon. AMS, he might just have to have a go here. He might just have to try to have a go. Full burst, if he can get himself counter offensive damage versus Skyron, he might be okay. Dropping down a Death and Decay too. I think he's dropping down the Death and Decay, I'm pretty sure. So he should be able to cleave out these pets quite a bit. Big damage on Chill Pills though. I don't think he can survive it. That's just way too much damage. The big A-bomb. The Riders of the Apocalypse. The dot damage, it is behind kind of bit with cooldowns from the get-go. It is a rough one. Silence on a medic. Actually, medic with a silence onto the DK. Big burn into the death thing though. He's just trying to see if he can back away from that. As medic trying to see if he can chase after him. If he can get himself one more of these channels, if he can get him to coax him out of the dome, I think he's just dead to the dots. Try to stay in the dome, but he's trying to stay away from the Shadow Priest. I think he's just dead. Yeah, that is a lot of damage by the Shadow Priest. That is just a lot. With Smoke gonna be up next, got himself full dust. He used to go for a little bit of a rematch with Medic. Last time those two dueled each other, Smoke did walk into these with not a lot of cooldowns available, and Medic just had everything, and he just won that 1v1. Quick fear onto Medic. Is it double feared him? I think he did try to double fear him there too. Both of them do end up burning the trinkets. Smove needs to get himself that proper lineup. He does get some doubts on the Medic, but he got to make sure he got a UA. He's got to make sure he got the Soul Rod. He's got to get every dot available. For Medic, he needs to get in. Where every time you have a Halo, you need to get yourself the proper full go here. Shot him out for a second. Does get yourself the Halo proper going. But you are data right now. It is not feeling that great. Fear 1. Trying to see if he can get himself a proper go. If you can get those big channels, those big insanity plays, those are doing a lot of damage. Both of them are just channeling against each other. Hold on a second. They're just channeling to one another. Mind game's not a medic though. Hold on a second. I'm switching to the wrong guy by accident. Wall out for Smoke. He's got himself the Dark Glare. Again, switching to the wrong guy completely. That is my fault. Medic with a disperse. Trying to see if he can back up out of this. Does he have any damage at all? Looks like he's on full defense, but Smoke health is also not doing that great either. If he just waits it out a little bit. He reflected it! You can reflect a Shadow Crush back with this now? What is this? You can reflect the Shadow Crush back with you. Nether, what is it? Nether Armor? Nether Ward? Whatever it's called? I have not ever seen that. That thing is a homing missile now, isn't it? They really made it that thing a homing missile. Ah, that is hilarious. You can reflect those now. I saw that thing crashing down. I had a moment to have a breather. I'm just watching it. I was surprised at the fact that it bounced back. That is hilarious. Full dots on the medic though. Fear onto the pet. Mortal Culture follow. Medic got full PI. He got VE. He got a little bit of damage to work with. Maybe he can get himself a bit of healing. What is the druid? Is the druid trying to attack him? I think the druid is just trying to get an angle. He's just trying to get an angle. As soon as Medic dies, he wants to go in immediately. Smove has plenty of health. Medic, not a lot of health. Big drain to follow. It does get mind games on him, though, so Smove cannot really attack Medic for a bit. Should be able to take him. Yeah, the dots, man. He won that one. The encounter between one and the other, he does win it. Deathlife does go back to the start, though. So I will give him credit. He does go back to the start. I think he was just trying to get an angle so you can actually see the duel. But the board dots, yeah, there's nothing he could do. His man was left with no health at all. We got to get another one going, boys. Uno más. Let's get another one going. Plus, tell your team we're going to go again, man. We're going again. Make sure they know so we can so they don't bounce. So we don't have to re-fight more people again. It takes a good second.